Jason's fingers were numb as he gripped the steering wheel, his old truck sputtering against the relentless snowstorm. The radio crackled with a weather warning blizzard. Conditions worsening, travel highly discouraged. But Jason had no choice. He glanced at the back seat, where his 6-year-old daughter, Lily, lay curled up in a blanket, her tiny breath fogging up the window. They just needed to get home. The roads were nearly deserted, the blizzard thickening by the minute, turning the world into an endless white abyss. Then, through the swirling snow, he saw it, a sleek black sedan stranded on the side of the road, hazard lights blinking weakly. He knew stopping was risky, but leaving someone out here in this cold, unthinkable. Jason pulled over without hesitation. Inside the car, a woman sat hunched over the steering wheel, her face barely visible through the frost-covered window. He knocked gently. The window rolled down just an inch, revealing striking blue eyes filled with panic. "Car won't start," she said, shivering. Jason nodded. "Battery's probably dead in this cold. You got anyone to call?" The woman shook her head. "No one nearby. My phone's out of service." Jason glanced back at Lily in the truck. He couldn't just leave this woman here to freeze. "All right, let's get you somewhere warm." The woman hesitated but, seeing no other option, stepped out, pulling her coat tighter. Jason helped her into the truck and cranked up the heat. "I'm Jason," he said. "Emily," she replied softly, casting a grateful glance at Lily, who was now stirring awake. They drove in silence through the storm until Jason pulled into his modest home, a small, worn-down house that had seen better days. The heat barely worked, but it was safe. He led Emily inside, offering her the best chair by the fire. Lily, ever the curious one, sat beside her. "Are you a princess?" she asked, gazing at Emily's expensive coat. Emily chuckled. "Not exactly." Jason heated some soup and set a steaming bowl in front of her. "It's not much, but it'll warm you up." Emily looked at him, studying the lines on his face, the tiredness in his eyes, and the care with which he tended to his daughter. "You didn't even ask who I was," she murmured. Jason shrugged. "Didn't seem important. You needed help, that's all that mattered." A flicker of something unreadable crossed Emily's face. The next morning, the storm had passed. Jason got up early to fix Emily's car while she sat with Lily, laughing over cartoons. When he was done, he dusted the snow off his hands and handed her the keys. "Should be good now," he said. Emily hesitated at the door. "I don't know how to thank you." Jason smiled. "Just drive safe." She gave him one last look, something unspoken in her gaze, then drove off. 2 weeks later, Jason came home to find an expensive-looking envelope in his mailbox. Confused, he tore it open. Inside was a letter. "Dear Jason, you helped me without expecting anything in return. What you didn't know is that I am Emily Carter, the CEO of Carter Enterprises. Your kindness reminded me that the world still has good people. I want to return the favor." Jason's heart pounded as he flipped the letter over. There was a second Cheetah job offer, a high-paying position at one of her company's auto repair facilities, with full benefits, and another a paid-off mortgage for his home. His knees nearly buckled. Lily tugged at his sleeve. "Daddy, why are you crying?" He lifted her into his arms, his voice thick with emotion. "Because sometimes kindness comes back to you in ways you never expect." As snowflakes fell outside, Jason realized that his one act of selflessness hadn't just changed Emily's night, it had changed his and Lily's future forever.